children, how are you all? I hope you all are happy and healthy and staying home. That is very important nowadays. So, I am Seema, your science teacher, and the topic which I am going to take is microorganisms. Yes, you are hearing one of them, the virus. 24/7 you are hearing that word again and again on television from your mother. Don't go out, there is a virus outside, don't do this, don't do that. All the schools have been shut down across the globe because of this virus. So what's a virus? Can you see that virus? You are told very often that you shouldn't touch this, you shouldn't touch that, you have to cover your face with the mask. You are not supposed to go out, you're not supposed to play. Why? Because the virus is there. But how many of you have seen that virus? None of you. Why? Because they are very, very minute. You cannot see them through unaided eyes. You need something to magnify them, maybe a microscope, which helps you to see. So there are some organisms all around us which are so small that they cannot be seen through our naked eyes, and such organisms are known as microorganisms. The name is micro. They are so small, but they are very, very important. They play a very important role in our life because some of them are useful and some of them are extremely harmful to us, like the virus. So we are going to study in this chapter about microorganisms, whether they are friendly or they are our enemies. That is what the topic is. Okay, now see, tell me, during rainy season, this is the rainy season going on. Sometimes it does happen, no, maybe your mother has left a bread outside, or maybe you haven't a bread or a chapati, a piece of chapati is there in your container and it is there for a day. And have you seen a white cottony outgrowth growing on it? That's the fungus. You call it fungus. But how many of you have really picked it up and observed what is that? No one. No, you get a foul smell out of that and you don't feel like touching it or looking at you. What your mother does, just she picks it up and throws it away because it is stinking also and it has spoiled that food. Right, so that's a type of fungus. So these microorganisms are all around us. If you talk about these microorganisms, they're tiny organisms which are there all around us. They may be present in very hot streams, they may be present under the snow, they are present in the air, they are present in the food which we eat, they are present in the air we breathe, the water we drink. Have you seen all the ads which you see which are disinfectants? They write 99.9% germ free. Why are they not saying 100% germ free? Because it is almost impossible. Right now in your hands too, you have millions of germs there. You have microorganisms there, but can you see them? No, because they are very small. So just let me give you one example. Like if you're talking about the types of microorganisms, we are classifying them into 4 categories. There are 4 main types of microorganisms: bacteria, algae, protozoans and fungi. Now isn't this strange that I'm not saying virus? Though I started with virus, no, that virus is a microorganism, but now I am not categorizing it here. We are going to definitely do that, but virus will come under another category. Why? Because it is having something very specific which makes it so deadly, which has actually created a havoc in our life. So we will keep virus in another group, but we are right now going to study about these 4 categories. Okay? Now we were talking about how these microorganisms are useful to us. Okay. Now see, I am very fond of South Indian food. Masala dosa, idli, and very often cook it also. How many of you like that? Or maybe dhokla, khaman, Gujarati also? You like it, isn't it? Yeah, I know. These are our favorite foods, and not only we eat them outside, but sometimes they are prepared at home also. So how many of you have seen how your mother has made that batter for idli or dosa? Or sometimes we purchase the batter from outside also nowadays to just have it instantly. But if not, I would request someday at least you try to ask your mother how had she prepared that batter. I'll show you what has actually happened is we soak the pulses and the rice overnight, then we grind it in the morning and we keep it aside for few hours. And you'll find that after few hours it rises up. Imagine a idli, eating idli which is not spongy. I would like that. No. If a hard idli if you eat, how difficult it will be for you to chew it. Okay, so that sponginess comes when that food is being fermented by these microorganisms. So imagine you will not have all these fermented food if you are not having these microorganisms. So thank to them. They have prepared such tasty things for you all to eat. Isn't it? Okay. So similarly like that there are so many things like curd. I love curd. You all might be, and there are so many things which we prepare from the curd. Maybe curry you can prepare, maybe raita you can prepare, so many things, or simply eating with salt or sugar. And this curd also is prepared with the bacteria. So it was just to start with that there are so many uses of microorganisms. They are helpful in making antibiotics, they are helpful in making vaccines, which we are longing for a vaccine for corona or COVID-19. Then they are helpful in maintaining soil fertility. So many uses are there, which we will be taking in detail later on. For today, I would just summarize that we have started with microorganisms, which are small organisms, very minute, which cannot be seen through unaided eyes, not even with your specs. Then secondly, we have done there are 4 types of microorganisms, and we have just started with what are the uses of microorganisms. So we will be continue with more useful uses of microorganisms. For now, thank you. God bless you. Bye bye.